You are listening to the Global Slovakia podcast, sharing Slovakia's untold stories, hidden heritage, and cultural treasures with the world. Welcome to Traditional Occupations, a series exploring the working lives that shaped our ancestors and our cultural memory. Today, we follow the muddy paths and winding roads once traveled by a forgotten workforce, door-to-door sellers. These were the men who carried entire markets in their bags, crossing mountains, borders, and timelines, all in search of a sale. Door-to-door selling developed in Slovakia's poorest regions. In the mountainous north, the land was unforgiving. Crops failed, jobs were scarce, and many families lived as landless peasants or petty farmers. Faced with hunger, they turned to the road. At first, these wandering workers were tinkers, fixing pots and tools. But with the rise of mass production, they adapted, hawking manufactured goods from soap and scissors to toys, baskets, and fabric. By the 1920s, this wasn't just a side hustle. In some villages, it became the main source of income for entire families. These sellers weren't aimless. Their departures were organized, often tied to specific days or seasonal rhythms. Some left for a few weeks. Others were gone for years, returning only for harvest, Christmas, or Easter. Each had a territory. Trespassing on someone else's route wasn't just rude. It was risky. Back home, their absence left gaps. Women ran farms alone. Children grew up without their fathers. And yet, these families often lived better than their farming neighbors. Why? Because the sellers brought something rare: outside influence. They spoke foreign languages, dressed differently, and used a secret code among themselves to protect their trade. These men sold everything: soap, combs, beads, razors, fabric, wallets, ribbons, cutlery, toys, even kitchenware. Some bought wholesale and hit the road. Others took custom orders, offering a surprisingly modern, personalized service. They were traders, but also performers. They knew how to talk, persuade, and bargain. In isolated regions, they were welcomed, bringing color and connection to otherwise quiet villages. But they weren't always loved. As time passed, things got harder. Local merchants saw them as threats. Lobbyists pushed for laws to limit their movement. And borders, once fluid under empires, suddenly hardened after World War I. New countries, new paperwork, new restrictions. And then came the biggest blow: infrastructure. Railroads and roads reached further. Goods arrived faster. The niche that once belonged to the door-to-door seller disappeared. By the mid-20th century, they were gone, except in memory. Door-to-door sellers were more than hawkers of goods. They were cultural messengers, survivors, inventive entrepreneurs who lived between worlds. Their story reminds us that work isn't always in factories or fields. Sometimes it's in the walking, the waiting, the knock on the door. Thank you for listening to the Global Slovakia podcast. This episode is part of our Traditional Occupations series. Want to explore more stories like this? Explore our online program, Heritage and Homeland, our most popular course, certified for the Slovak Living Abroad certificate. It's a journey into Slovakia's culture, customs, and hidden past, designed especially for Slovak descendants around the world.